Okay, here we are, Lesson 2, Estimating Probabilities by Collecting Data. So materials is your paper clip for use as a spinner still. And we're going to take a look at example 1, the Carnival game. So if you or we have not done this in class, then you will be completing this activity at home. If there is someone else that can be another player with you, then great. And if not, you can play for both you and the other player. So before you start, sketch a probability scale in your math journal. Where would you place the probability of you winning the game on the probability scale? Follow the directions of the Carnival game, remembering to carefully record the results of each spin in the table. Answer questions 1 through 6 on your lesson worksheet after completing the Carnival game. Continue the video when you are finished. Responses to the questions should be based on the outcomes recorded by you. All right, so let's take a look at the answer for questions 1 through 6. The following outcomes were generated by 2 students, and they are used to provide the sample responses to the questions that follow. So again, yours might be different based on your results, but look at the way the questions were answered as to guide or edit you with the types of responses that you need to have. All right, so again, your table should look similar to this. Obviously, it's not going to be the same, but based on your results, you need to answer the questions. But again, if you're not sure how to answer the questions, use this example to help guide you. All right, so let's take a look at this in our journal. Remember to paraphrase and write down only the information that is important to you. So before we work on exercises 7 and 8, let's discuss the definition of a chance experiment. A chance experiment is the process of making an observation when the outcome is not certain, that is, when there is more than one possible outcome. Some examples of chance experiment are flipping a coin 15 times or selecting a cube from a bag of 20 cubes. Here is the formula for finding an estimate for the probability of an event. The probability of whatever the event is equal to the number of observed occurrences of the event over the total number of observations. So using the game that you just played, the denominator is the total number of times you played the game, and the numerator is the number of times you recorded a sum greater than or equal to 5. This is also on your lesson worksheet. Now, using this information, answer questions 7 and 8 on your lesson worksheet. Continue the video when you are finished. All right, you should be done with questions 7 and 8. So again, based on your experiment of playing the game, your answer will vary, but you should be able to have something similar to these 2 answers. All right, an estimated probability is based on the proportion of a number of specific outcomes to the total number of outcomes. As we continue to look at problems, you may also begin to realize that the more outcomes you determine, the more confident you are that the proportion of winning the game is providing an accurate estimate of the probability. These ideas, along with theoretical probability, will be developed more fully in the following lessons. All right, let's take a look at example 2, animal crackers. So a student brought a very large jar of animal crackers to share with the students in class. Rather than count and sort all the different types of crackers, the student randomly chose 20 crackers and found the following counts for the different types of animal crackers. Estimate the probability of selecting a zebra. So randomly choosing a small portion from a large quantity is called taking a sample What are some ways to take a random sample from a large jar of crackers? Well, answers may vary, but a sample answer is to pour the crackers into a large box or bag so that the crackers will be more spread out, which will make the crackers at the bottom of the jar equally likely to be picked. Well, based on the information given, what was the total number of observations? Well, that was 20. And how many zebras were chosen? On your lesson worksheet, it said 3. So what is the estimate for the probability of selecting a zebra? Well, the estimated probability of choosing a zebra is 3 out of 20, or 15/100ths, which is the same as 15%. This means that an estimate of the proportion of the time a zebra will be selected is 15/100ths, or 15% of the time. This could be written as the probability of picking a zebra is equal to 15/100ths, or the probability of selecting a zebra is 15/100ths. All right, let's try exercises 9 through 15. Answer the questions, write the probability as a fraction, a decimal, and a percent. For exercise 11, this question involves OR. For this question, you should indicate that you would add the outcomes as indicated in the question to form your proportion. Continue the video after each answer to check your work. All right, you should be done with part 9. And here is the answer. And for number 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and lastly 15. All right, let's wrap this up very quickly. An estimate for finding the probability of an event occurring is the probability of whatever event you're looking for is equal to the number of observed occurrences of the event over the total number of observations. All right, we'll see you in class.